Hi everyone, welcome back to Joanne's Bath and Body. My name's Joanne and I'm the owner and creator here. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. If you're new to my channel and you're here for the first time, why not hang out with me for a while by clicking the subscribe button for more bath and body products. If you click the bell when it appears, YouTube should notify you every time I upload a new video, depending on the choices you make in the drop-down menu. If you're interested in following me on social media, you'll find all the links in the description box below. In today's video, we're going to be making Ylang Ylang Soap. This is actually a remake of a customer favorite and one of my personal favorites that I try to keep in stock in my shop all year round. I love the soft, subtle fragrance in this. It's very powdery. It's very floral, but not overwhelmingly so. So come on, let's go get making some soap. Okay, so we have all of our melted oils, pretty much melted. There's just one little piece of shea butter left in there, but it'll be all right. And to that, I'm going to add my liquid at room temperature oils. Okay. I'm going to scrape out this container as best we can. And I'm going to reuse this container. So if there's a little bit left, it's okay. It will eventually end up in the batter. So this is a remake. I've made this soap before, and I made a very small batch, and it sold out really fast. So this time I'm going to make a full-size batch. Okay, we're going to call that good enough for scraped. I'll give that a stir. So even though we have that one little piece of shea butter left in there, that's okay, because what we're going to do is I'm going to add, in there we have coconut milk, Kaolin Clay, and Colloidal Oatmeal. All right, we're going to get out our stick blender here. All right. So let's get all these additives blended in here. See how it's all chunky right now? We want this to be nice and smooth, and we want to mix this. We can mix this as long as we want. Because we haven't added the lye solution, so we're not going to affect tracing. All right, that looks pretty good to me. Now, before we add in our lye solution, I need to put on a pair of gloves. So let's go get those on now. Our oils are at, let's see, 85 degrees, and our lye solution is at right around 70, so we should be okay. They are close enough for me. There we go. All right, so we have gloves on. We've got all of our additives added in. Let's get to mixing in the lye solution. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, so let's mix in the lye solution. I'm just going to use my stick blender head here to just stir. Since we are soaping pretty cool today. There we go. I'll set that in the sink. We'll give that a rinse after I'm finished. So, Ylang Ylang is one color of green, but I use a couple different shades, and I use a little bit of white. So I'm not going to put white into this big batch here. White is actually just going to be a small accent color. Okay, and I'm not going to use the stick blender on this just yet. it's emulsified. It's not at trace, but because I want to give this a good mix after I've added the color and the fragrance, I'm just gonna give it a stir. And I don't see any of the oils sitting on top. Nothing settling to the top. And when I look at the stick blender and let it rest here for a moment, I'm not seeing it break apart. So we are just at emulsification. That's good. Okay. So, like I said, white is going to be an accent color in the Ylang Ylang batch. Let's see, are we centered? Yeah, close enough. So let's just add a little bit here. Looks good enough for me. Okay, and then our second color, let's put this in here. Our second color is going to be green with some titanium dioxide in it. I want some more of that than I have of the white. So right about there. Okay. And then in here, I'm going to mix in the green. So in here I have, this is Pine Mica from Be Scented. Let me get this a little bit more in frame here. So this is just Pine Mica in some olive oil. We'll scrape out the little container. So we want that to be green, green. There we go. Now, that'll be here in our main color. And then in this jug, we're going to have that same Pine Mica in olive oil, but I'm only going to use half as much as what I used in the base color, or in the base bowl there. Because to that, I'm going to add some titanium dioxide. I have a bunch pre-mixed here. I'm making multiple batches of soap today, so. And then in this one, just titanium dioxide. There we go. Give this a quick stir. Now this color may morph a little to look kind of like an army green. A lot of greens do that. They morph into like this really tan green sickly color. And then as it cures, it comes back to its original color. And I think that's what's going to happen to us here today. And then the white will definitely need to be stick blended because titanium dioxide doesn't mix in very well with hand stirring. So it needs some encouragement. And the stick blender does that very nicely. All right, I'm going to stick blend the white last, but I am going to add my fragrance oil to it. This is Ylang Ylang from Paris Fragrances. I love this. It's one of my absolute favorites. Put the rest in here. Dump a little more in here. All right, and to give this a quick little scrape. Make sure we're getting all of it out. Oh, so pretty. This is the Ylang Ylang from Paris Fragrances. One of the most beautiful fragrances. All right. So we're going to set that aside. We're going to move the white to the side. We're going to move the light green to the side. And we're going to mix up this green right here. As I was hoping it would be. So I think what we're going to do, we're just going to put a little bit of dry mica in there. Let's add another half a teaspoon. This isn't pre-mixed. It's the same color. It's pine mica from Be Scented. All right, and let's mix that in. All right, there we go. Anything after this is going to get a hand stir, so I'm going to put this in the bucket. Move this over. Okay, move this to the... So let's see how we did. This white looks really good. We're going to give this a good stir. We're going to clean off the sides. Make sure we've got that all incorporated in there. Okay, and that is our white accent color for Ylang Ylang. Such a pretty smell. Okay, and then we're gonna come over here and do the same for the light green. And scrape off the sides. Make sure that we've got everything mixed in. We'll stir out some of those bubbles. I think it's almost time I got a new stick blender. This one seems to be adding a lot of bubbles. Okay. All right, we're going to set that to the side. We're going to do the same for our darker green. Scrape down the edges, scrape down the sides. Okay. Stir out some bubbles. Now, because this is a floral fragrance, it's about to start setting up. It's going to start getting thick really quick. The white is already getting thick. So now it's time to hustle. Okay, I'm going to start with a drop swirl. We're going to do a nice third of the container with the dark green. Then we're going to come in one side and down the other and back up through the middle with the light green. Okay, and then give the white a stir and loosen that up some, and let's get that in there. All right. Let's see how that ends up looking with that little swirling thing going there. Okay. And then more of the dark green, and I'm going to pour it from up high so it sinks some of that white down in there. There we go. Okay. And then do the same with the light green. I'm going to sink that in there. Let's try drizzling side to side and see what that gets us. Nice thin drizzle. Okay, then close to the top. Now, I do have some extra batter here, so I'm going to grab one of my owls before this gets too thick. And we're going to start by putting some light green in here. All right. And then let's put some white in there. Just a little layer of white. Cute little owl molds make perfect sample size soaps. There we go. And some dark green. tap that down. And we're going to set him off to the side over here. Okay, now back to our mane. Let's get another layer of green, and I'm just going to put this one really close to the top. I want this close to the top here. I do want to save some though. I want to use some of it for swirling, but I don't want a whole lot of it. Okay, that looks like it's going to be the perfect amount left over. So then, come over here and we'll grab our lighter green and just go right on top of that. Okay, and a little bit more. There we go, and I'm going to save the rest for the swirlies on the top. And now, for the white, we're going to go down this side. Back up this side. Okay. Now we're going to tap this down again. I'm going to grab my chopstick. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to give this chopstick swirl. Just go round and around, and then flip my mold, go down the middle, and now I'm going to go the other direction, and I'm going all the way to the bottom. And it doesn't matter if the colors blend in together, it doesn't matter if they swirl in together. Okay. Set my chopstick aside for just a second because I am going to use it again. Wipe off my glove, and let's get to making the top of this pretty. Scrape, make sure that I've got the camera in the screen. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to go this way. Let's put the dark green right down the middle. And I am one of those soapers who scrapes within an inch of her life. Because the less I leave in the bowl, A, the more you get in your soap, and B, the less that goes down my kitchen sink. All right, let's just get this last little bit onto the end there. Okay. I think that's about all I'm going to get in there. So that goes in the sink. Now, we'll take our little bit of light green here, scrape out our little container, get all that beautiful light green goodness out of here. I'm just going to put that down this side over here, just kind of spread it out. Put that down the side. Man, I really do love this fragrance. It's so pretty, so soft. Oops, that's it, Joanne. Hit the camera. Go ahead. Okay, we'll put some down here. Last little bit of it right there on the end, and that goes in the sink. And finally, we've got just a little bit of white. We'll put white down the other side. A nice contrast. Right down this side. There we go. Okay, and a little bit more. And just a little bit more. Okay, we'll put this in the sink and then we'll get to swirling the top. So we'll grab our chopstick again. Oh, and I'm gonna pound this down. That kind of smooths it out a little bit. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give it some swirlies. First this side, and then this side. That way every bar has something swirled in it. And then I'm gonna go back over on this side. No, I messed that up. Oh, I should have left well enough alone. Okay, let's just do it again. And then back on this side. I probably messed that side up too, but that's okay. I kind of liking the way this looks. Let's just go right down the middle. Yep, I like the way that looks. All right, so we're gonna clean up the edges. We're gonna put this one to bed for the night. And in 12 to 18 hours, we'll come back and we'll cut this up into bars. Well, for me, it'll be 12 to 18 hours. For you guys, it'll just be a couple moments. So this is a remake of Ylang Ylang. And I will see you all in just a moment. All right, guys, welcome back. It's been about 24 hours since I've made Ylang Ylang. And here it is out of the mold. Nice. It smells absolutely amazing. Now, if I remember, you all will remember a lot faster than I will at this point. I do believe we did a figure 8 swirl on the inside of this. So let's get started. We're going to cut off this ugly end here. That's what we call it. It's perfectly good soap, but they're not as pretty. And now for the reveal. Cool. Check out that swirl. Nice. I used a chopstick, I do believe, to make the figure 8 swirl in this one. Let's get you a little more centered here. All right, clean the wire so that we don't end up with drag marks. Now I am cutting my bars a little bit bigger these days. Instead of doing a 1 inch, I'm doing 1 1/4 inches. Okay. Oh, I love the way this smells. Paris Fragrances Ylang Ylang. It's one of the best fragrances out there. Okay. Whoa, check that out. Nice. Oh, I love it. Do you love it? I love it. This is the one where we took just some titanium dioxide and we mixed it with the same dark green as that and then had a white layer. Oh, wow, I love it. All the swirls from when I did that crossover with the figure 8. Cool. Cutting soap is like my favorite part, one of my favorite parts of the whole process. Every piece is going to look different. All right, here we go. Wow, look at that. Oh, it smells so good. All the little intricacies, all the little swirls. That's fantastic. Love it. Okay, get the wire, quick clean. All right, let's see the next one. Okay. And ta-da! Cool. Very cool. So these will need 6 to 8 weeks to cure. This particular batch will be available again on our February 1st release in 2020. That's going to be our first release of the year. And I have 1 bar currently in stock, and then the rest of this will be available that day. Okay. And boom. Wow. Again, my favorite part. Because I always imagine what it would look like on the inside, but then, you know, sometimes I'll try something new or try something different or just tweak it just a little bit, and I end up with this. Now, how about I get you a little bit closer? I don't want to overexpose, but still. All right, let's move this forward. Coming down. And ta-da! Wow. Now this one's got just a teeny tiniest little air pocket in it right there. There you go, it's gone. I think this is like the swirliest swirl I've ever done. Okay. So yeah, Ylang Ylang will be available at joannesbathandbody.com on February 1st, 2021. Okay. There we go. Whoa. Oh, I may have to do another batch just like that. I have to remember, for a very fluid batter like what I had, to do that figure 8, the vertical figure 8 up and down. I really like that. Okay, and then we'll just cut the end piece off. It's going to be a really thin one, but there we go. Make sure this stays straight. There it is. All right, and one side of the bar and the other side of the bar. Too cool. And the owl that we made for this is here. So it's got the light green on the outer edge and then a layer of white and a layer of the darker green. And this will end up being a sample in somebody's order. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at these. We've got our owl. He wants to slide away, but that's all right. And a couple of cuts. All right. Let's set this one down in front. All right, thanks for watching. And there you have it, the remake of Ylang Ylang Soap. You can find this soap along with many other customer favorites on my website, joannesbathandbody.com. I try to keep this one in stock year-round. It does sell out. It is one of my favorites. You will often find this in my shower. The next release of this and a few other goodies will be on Monday, February the 1st, 2021 at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up. When you do that, it helps YouTube to notice me and it helps my channel to grow. Also, why not leave a comment down below and tell me what your favorite Joann's Bath & Body product is. You just might see a video on how it's made in the future. Until next time, stay healthy, be happy, and take care of yourself. Bye.